Okay, so get ready to put your math skills to work to solve this interesting little math word problem. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and read the problem. It is the following. What is the probability of selecting an 8 followed by a 9 from a deck of 52 cards if the first card is not replaced? Okay, so that is the question. Feel free to use a calculator, but if you can figure this out, well, go ahead and put your answer into the comment section. And then, of course, we'll walk through exactly how to solve this problem. But before we get started, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John, and I have been teaching middle and high school math for decades. And if you need help learning math, well, check out my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. You can find a link to that in the description below. And if this video helps you out, or if you just enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe, as that definitely helps me out. Okay, so first things first. First, we have this math word problem. Always use the rule of 3. Read the problem at least 3 times before you start doing anything. Now, in this particular case, we could see that we're looking for the probability of something, right? So if you don't know anything about probability, well, you're not going to be able to do this problem. But we kind of have to model out what's going on here, okay, in terms of, all right, there are 2 events, and we're trying to find the probability of these 2 events occurring. So we have to think about probability in terms of different types of probability. There's simple probability, there's mutually exclusive events, there's dependent events. So again, a big topic. Probability is a huge topic. So, and there's a lot of different type of subsets of probability that you need to study. So no big deal if you didn't figure out what type of probability, but let's go ahead and just start to review some of these basic concepts so we can understand this problem better. And we'll go ahead and start with just simple probability. All right, so for those of you that have been away from math for some period of time, this is simple probability, which most of you probably can intuitively, figure out just using kind of common sense. So the way we like to write probability in math is this way right here. So let's suppose we have a jar full of 4 colored marbles. One is yellow, one is red, one is blue, and one is green. Okay, and we want to find the probability of randomly selecting one marble from this jar and that marble being red. Okay, so what's the probability of that happening? So most of you could probably say, all right, well, there's one red, there's 4 marbles here. You got a 1 out of 4 chance, and you'd be absolutely correct. But probability is measured between 0 and 1. Now, oftentimes we think of probability or the chances of something happening in terms of percent, like there's a 60 or 70% chance of rain. So that's the word chance, where I'm saying the chance. And probability, again, formally, it's a number, a value between 0 and 1, where 0 is it's absolutely never not going to happen, and 1, if the probability is equal to 1, that is guaranteed 100% it's going to happen. But I'll show you a little bit more what I'm talking about here in a second. Let's just go ahead and define simple probability right now. Okay, so the probability of getting a red is 1 over 4. But what is the formal definition of probability? Well, it's basically this. So what is the number of ways we can get a red out of this jar or select a red? Well, there's one way that event can happen. Okay, so this is the definition of probability. So the probability of an event occurring is the number of ways that event could occur. Okay, so in this case, there's only one way. There's only one possible red here that we can select. So there's only one event or one way to get a red. Okay, but how many total possible outcomes are there? Well, there's 4. We can get a red, we can get a yellow, we can get a blue, and we can get a green. So this is the total number of events, and that is the definition of basic simple probability. So it's the number of ways that event could occur over the total possible outcomes. So to draw a red here, there's one way out of 4 possible outcomes, so the probability is 1 over 4 or 0.25. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at another example. So here is our jar, but now we have some more marbles in here. So let's go ahead and consider the same problem. So what's the probability of getting a red? Well, now we have to go ahead and count how many reds we have here. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, And we're talking about selecting one marble out of here that's red. So how many ways could you select a red marble? Well, we have 4 different ways that event could occur. Okay, well, how many total possible events could happen? Well, we have 4 here, and then we have 6 other marbles right here. So there's 10 possible outcomes. All right, so again, simple probability. So that this event, getting a red, can happen 4 different ways out of 10 different possible outcomes. So in this case, the probability would be 4 over 10, or 2/5. All right, so again, probability is a number between 0 and 1, and you can see this fraction right here is less than 1, but it's greater than 0. And we could take 2/5 and turn that into a decimal, and take that decimal and turn that into a percent, so that would be 40%. Okay, so there would be a 40% chance of getting a red, or selecting a red from this jar of marbles. Okay, so hopefully this all makes sense, and you got to understand simple probability before you can get into more interesting stuff in terms of probability, like dependent events or mutually exclusive events. So let's go ahead and get into this problem right now. All right, now this problem is dealing with cards, and if you never played cards, well, I suggest that you start to learn how to play cards. One of my favorite games with cards, it's actually not regular cards, is Uno. I just love playing Uno, playing it for a long, long time. And just a little side note here. For those of you that like Uno, and if you like Uno, put that into the comment section. But I came across a video on when Uno was released, okay, this card game, and I think it was like the year 1972. So it's been around for some time, but not forever. Of course, regular card games like poker and stuff have been around forever, but if you never played a card game like solitaire, well, let me just tell you very briefly about a standard 52 deck of cards, because if you don't understand cards, well, you're not going to be able to understand this problem. All right, now most of you out there, I'm pretty sure, know this. So in this particular problem, we're talking about selecting an 8 and selecting a 9. Okay, so in a deck of cards, 52 deck of cards, we have these things right here, which are called what? These are the suits of cards, right? So here we can have an 8 of diamonds or a 9 of hearts. So how many different 8s are in this deck? Well, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So there's a diamond, a spade, a club, and a heart. Same thing for the 9. Okay, so just in case you didn't know that, you have to understand this aspect of the problem, or you won't be able to do the math to figure out the right answer. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take the next step and get into thinking about this now. Now that we have an understanding about these standard 52 deck of cards, we know that we have these 4 suits for each card. Now let's go ahead and read the problem again and think about this. And so the question is, what is the probability of selecting an 8 followed by a 9 from a deck of 52 cards if the first card is not replaced? Okay, so there's 2 events here. So we're going to select a card, and we're going to want to see what the probability of selecting an 8 is. And then after that, we're going to select another card and see what the probability of getting a 9 is from the remaining cards. Okay, so what we're talking about here, again, is 2 events. All right, and this is the way you solve probability problems. Is you really have to think about, or a little bit more interesting probability problems other than simple probability, because obviously we have 2 events going on here. So we have to think of it in terms this way. So what's the probability of getting an 8? Okay, when we consider this problem, we have 52 cards. Then we want to consider, okay, what is the probability of 9? But we're not going to replace that first card. So how many cards do we have when we consider the probability of a 9? Well, that's 51 cards. Okay, so this event here is going to be influenced by this first event. And that type of situation in probability is called dependent events. And this is the formula for dependent events. Now, don't let this confuse you. It's not that difficult, but here it is, and let me explain it right now. All right, so the probability of A and B occurring, so there's 2 events here, A and B, is equal to the probability of A. Now, of course, we already know how to figure out simple probability. That's what we're talking about, times the probability of B given that A has occurred. Okay, so let me read this again. So dependent events, right? So we have two events where one event is affected by the outcome of that second event is affected by the outcome of the first event, right? Or influenced by the first event. So the probability of these two events, A and B, is equal to the probability of A, okay, that's our simple probability, times the probability of B. That, again, we're multiplying here. We're multiplying these probabilities. So the probability of A times B is equal to probability of A times the probability of B given that A has occurred. So in this situation, A is when we, select our 8 from our deck of 52 cards, and then B is the probability of getting a 9 with the 51 cards remaining. Now, before we continue on, if you want to get better at math, you definitely can, but the key is to find a teacher that gives you clear and understandable instruction. So hopefully you like my teaching style, and if you do, if you're like, yes, I think I can learn from you, well, then you will love my full main math courses. So you can find the links to all of these courses in the description, but they include basic math, pre-algebra, algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, pre-calculus, and a ton of specialized test prep math courses. Okay, so again, don't give up if you're having a tough time in math. I can definitely help you out. So you can check out the links to all these courses in the description. So let's get back to the video. And I think now most of you, can understand or, should be able to understand, hopefully, if I've done a decent job teaching this stuff, what we're going to be doing. Okay, so we have dependent events. This event here is dependent upon the outcome of this event. So the probability of probability of dependent events happening is going to be a product. It's going to be multiplication. So what we're going to do first is figure out what is the probability of getting 8 out of 52 cards, and then we're not replacing a card, so we'll figure out what the probability of getting a 9 is out of 51 cards. And now that we understand a thing or two about cards and the suits of cards, how many ways can you get an 8 out of a deck of 52 cards? Remember, we're talking about simple probability. Well, there's 4 different ways that event could occur. We're selecting one card here, right? So you can have an 8 of diamonds, an 8 of spades, whatever the case is. So you have 4 ways that event can occur out of 52. Now, we're not replacing this card, right? So now we're going to go for a 9 here. So we don't have 52 cards. Now we have 51 cards, one less, right? So how many ways can we get a 9 out of 51 cards? Well, there's 4 9s remaining, right? Because we just pulled an 8 out of the deck, so there's going to be 4 out of 51. These are your odds of getting a 9 out of these 51 cards, 4 out of 51, right? Where getting 8 is 4 over 52. Okay, so now we have to be thinking about dependent events. So the probability of A and B happening, where A and B are dependent events, is going to be the product of the first, okay? So this is the probability of getting an 8 out of all the cards in the deck, and then we're just going to multiply by the probability of getting a 9 with one less card, so we'd have 51 cards. So this simple fraction multiplication problem is all we need to do to figure out the answer. So let's go and do that right now. So 4 times 4, of course, is 16. 52 times 51 is 2652. And if you do your due diligence, you should be able to reduce this fraction to 4 over 663. Okay, so again, probability, a huge, very important topic in mathematics. And I would suggest that, all of you out there learn as much as you can about probability and especially statistics because it just serves you so well, especially, when you're trying to understand the world around you. Things like the news or the financial news, when they're using descriptions of, hey, median home sales. Okay, most people don't confuse the word median with mean, which is the average, and these are totally different. So the more math you understand, particularly like statistics and probability, the better off you're going to be understanding your world. Plus, it's just interesting. Okay, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your math adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.